Black Friday arrives early for Brad Childress. The Vikings take the field in our nation's capital with a new coach and new optimism. Why now? We're talking Vikings with linebacker Kenny Onatulu and the media. There's Lou Nanny, Wes Johnson of the Wolves, and much more. It's Game On.
I wanted Childress to be gone for the last few weeks. I think this move came a couple weeks too late. Well, after the Arizona game, I guess you couldn't have really gotten rid of him after that nice comeback, but I think it should have happened after the Chicago game.
And it's Game On, fed by Acapulco Restaurants. A great Sunday to you. Hope your Thanksgiving was delightful and restful as well. I'm Rod Simons. What an eventful week for the Minnesota Vikings. Brad Childress out. Leslie Frazier is in. The team is in Washington, D.C. to try to kickstart the rest of their season. And boy, do we have a great show for you lined up. Let's talk about what has transpired over the last couple of days. Brad Childress is out 31-3. That loss to Green Bay to fall 3-7 on the season is behind what has happened, his inability to rally and motivate this talented team. 5 years, a 39-35 record, 7th head coach of the Vikings, 1-2 in the playoffs. Brad Childress is out, and Leslie Frazier is in. A very popular force in NFL locker rooms. He led the top-ranked Viking defense for 4 years. 17th year in NFL coaching, 11 on the coaching sideline, 6 as a player. Super Bowl 20 starter for Chicago, and during his playing days, 20 interceptions over 65 games. And delighted to have on Game On Kenny Onatulu, Vikings linebacker, special teams player, and what a week it's been for you guys. What's your reaction?
Say nonetheless, been exciting and up and down, and looking forward to the future, the near future, and just looking forward to playing this next game on Sunday.
Now, when you lost to the Packers 31-3, we saw some of the visuals of the little bit of unrest on the sidelines, a lot of frustration. But you were telling me that when you left the Dome on Sunday, you guys had no idea what was going to happen a day later.
Not at all. Matter of fact, this morning I was watching SportsCenter, and they're just talking about the game and whatnot. And by the time I got in my car and I was on the way to our facility, my brother gave me a call and told me what had happened. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I always seem to find out everything from my brother or from my parents or or from the fans. I never find out, from anybody at Winter Park.
From the team,
Right.
What's your reaction? A good move at this point?
You know what? If we kind of got to go with what they do, so I believe they feel it was the best move for the team. So we just kind of got to go along with it. So I'm okay with it, and I'm just going to do my best to follow with it.
It's from a player's perspective, you have a job to do, and it really doesn't change your overall focus day to day because you're working with a defensive coordinator, the assistants on that front. And so I guess from the overall picture, there's nowhere to go but up, but you still have a job to do.
Right, you have a job to do. The season's not lost by no means in our eyes. So, I'm still going to get up every day and work hard and, play like we're going to the playoffs like it's last year,
Yeah. If you were frustrated at 31-3 against the Green Bay Packers, the players were too. You told me right off the bat.
Oh yeah, like I told you earlier, I ran right off that field. Actually, I
sprinted off the field.
I sprinted off the field, and I had a couple family members and a couple friends coming out to watch the game, and I told them to keep their money, don't pay me for the tickets, because that was embarrassing, especially as a Viking. You don't want to put up a game like that against a rival team like that.
In a situation like this, do you sense from the team that there's been a little bit of a weight taken off your shoulder? Because there's been a lot of speculation for weeks, and now you get to go out and just do your thing.
As a player, you try not to focus on things you can't control.
Okay.
And the only thing you can control is what you put out on that field and that film study and the effort you put out. So you try not to focus on that, but it's in the media every day, and the news is at Winter Park every day. So it is there, and it is obvious. So you just try to ignore it, but you really can't, and you just got to kind of try to put it aside and just keep your eye on the prize.
It has been a little bit of a soap opera.
Yes, yeah, it has. I mean, obviously, we've had a lot of drama on this team this year, and there's been a lot of stories and whatnot.
Yeah.
But what can you do? You can't control any of that.
You got to play through it.
Right.
More in just a moment. Kenny's in the house, and we have more coming up. Don't forget, you can actually be with us. This Acapulco is jamming, and we'd love to have you in the audience. We'll be back in Woodbury next week. Game on taping. You can get up close and personal autographs. Kenny's going to be signing for the folks. 7 o'clock is when we always start. It will be a Vikings preview against the Buffalo Bills, food fun, ticket giveaways. We'd love to have you. More with Kenny. We have AM 1500's Cory Roufs in the house, talking Lou Nanny's new book, and Wesley Johnson of the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's all ahead. It's Game On.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that.
The future of home comfort is here now at Liberty Comfort Systems.
Get the latest in innovation and technology at Liberty Comfort Systems.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Honey, check the baby monitor.
She's sleeping.
Hey, Papa.
What? Sophie?
What'd you get Mom?
For what?
For Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
She wants jewelry from Thurber Jewelers. She wants diamonds.
Well, I was kind of thinking...
Diamonds!
Okay. Shh. Go back to sleep.
This year, give her a gift that everyone knows she will love at Thurber Jewelers in Elk River.
Wallingberg and Diebly believes in families. We understand and support families in all their many forms. And when legal problems arise in the family, Wallingberg and Diebly is there. Wallingberg and Diebly, the premier family law firm of Minnesota. When you need us, call 612-326-3453 or visit wbdlaw.com.
Acapulco Restaurant is Minnesota's choice for authentic Mexican food. At Acapulco, our chefs prepare your meal from an original family recipe crafted by the Leon parents in native Jalisco. You'll find your dining experience not only delicious, but memorable. Join our Acapulco Online VIP Club, and we'll give you exclusive savings and specials. It's delicious Mexican food and more. From our family to yours, join us at one of our 7 metro locations, serving lunch, dinner, kids to carry out, and catering too. Acapulco Restaurants. We deliver real Mexican food.
I think it should have been done last week, but you know, I think it was needed to be done. So I'm happy it was done. Could have been a couple weeks ago, I think.
But you're a fan and you're happy with the move.
I am happy with the move, yes.
Welcome back. This is Game On, fed by Acapulco Restaurants. Delighted you're with us. Sunday, the Vikings and Washington Redskins in just a bit. Kenny Onatulu, linebacker, special teams players in the house, and looking ahead at the Washington Redskins. With all the drama that you're leaving behind for the week, you guys got to be excited about going on the road, hostile territory, proving a lot of people wrong.
Right, and the thing about football is you always get an opportunity to play the next week. So, you know, you lose a game, you can put it behind you because you got to prepare for the next game. So it'll be fun going up there. You know, everyone will be doubting us, you know, which I love, and I know a lot of our teammates love. You know, we have a lot of good characters on the team and good personalities, so we'll be looking forward to the challenge.
During the week, you find out about Coach Childress. You lose on Sunday. Sorry to remind you about that. You find out about Coach Childress on Monday, Players' Day off on Tuesday, back to work on Wednesday. So when fans ask you guys about the last game, you really do put it in the rearview mirror because you have other things to tackle.
Yeah, really. I mean, we'll watch the film on Monday, and once Monday leaves us, you know, once we leave that locker room, you know, that game's behind us because we honestly have to look forward to getting prepared for the following week. And we need that much time to prepare for our next opponent.
You'll be chasing Donovan McNabb, who has really turned in to have a pretty good season.
Oh yeah, he's one of the greats right now. I mean, he's playing at a phenomenal level, and you know, we're going to have our hands full like we will in the next following weeks with some of these other quarterbacks. So it's going to be a challenge for us.
Is the defense better than you guys are getting cred for?
Yeah, I think so. You know, last year we led the league in sacks, you know. And this year, I think so much more. We're not getting as many sacks, but what people don't see is some of the pressures that we're getting.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, why is that? Is it because of the double teams on the side? What is it?
I mean, I think a lot of, you know, every year is different. Yeah. So, you never really want to compare one year to the next year.
Right.
But, you know, it's just a different year, and, you know, we're getting different looks, and, you know, we lost a lot of some of our good players, like Griffin for the year, and, you know, he's huge in what we do. So, you know, it's just a different year.
And we've been talking about Chris Cook off camera. What a lot of fans have been doing is kind of bashing him a little bit, but the fact of the matter is 2 surgeries in the season, and he still may not be 100%. Give the guy a little bit of a break here.
Right, he's definitely not 100%. 1, he's a rookie. 2, he's not 100%. He's had 2 surgeries, and he honestly came back fast from them, you know, just trying to help the team, trying to get, knowing we needed help at the defensive back position. So he's you know, he's really not physically ready yet.
Another guy that's been getting beat up a little bit, Brett Favre, number 4, who you think is a little bit of a miracle in the fact that he can still play after getting beat up as much as he does.
Right. I mean, what is this, year 20? I mean, that's unbelievable. Like I told you earlier, I know how my body feels. I'm in the cold tub every single day after practice, and I just couldn't imagine 20 years of all those sacks and poundings and headaches and bruises. It's unbelievable.
Kenny will be back at the end of the broadcast to give us his thoughts on the Washington Redskins, which are right around the corner. Don't forget, you can get all the show updates, everything right at your fingertips. Just log on to GameOnTVMN.com. We have outstanding bloggers on all sports, all the teams, and we link up to our partner sites, purplepride.org. It's the great Viking fan site for you. GameOnTVMN.com.
So, you want to see some Wolves games this year, and you want to make sure to see him and him, but you don't really want to see them. Now, who's going with? Flying solo? Nah, it's more fun with the whole pack. And where should we sit? Can we move like that? Sure, with the Flex Pack, and we save. Build your pack, your tickets, your seats, your games. Online at timberwolves.com/flex.
River City Saloon is the place for food, music, fun, and bikers. Bikers get the best parking spot, and inside, from business people to bikers, everyone's going to have a great time. Create your own bucket list at the River City Saloon. There are specials every night of the week and live music all weekend. Get us online at hollysrivercitysaloon.com. And look for the awning just off Main and Anoka, right in the heart of the historic Anoka Entertainment District. See you soon at the River City Saloon.
Although anytime you make a move this big in the middle of the season, there are questions around it, but I think the ship was sinking, and I think this is the way to get things righted. Maybe not for this year, but definitely next year.
We'll take what comes.
Right, exactly.
Welcome back. It's Game On, fed by Acapulco Restaurants. Rod with Cory Roufs of 1500 ESPN. You hear him on the air talking about the Vikings all the time, and what a week it's been. What do you think about the move?
Well, I think it's a move that had to be made. I think it was a good move. Unfortunately, I think it was a move that was probably made a couple of weeks too late. If they would have done it after the Arizona game, they might have had a chance to make the playoffs, but at least this way we'll get to find out what kind of coach Leslie Frazier is.
We've been hearing fans during this show talk about their excitement in making a move. Bottom line is, we have to see how this team performs now, regardless of the coach, I think.
Yeah, we do. And I mean, there's a lot of question marks on the defensive line, on the offensive line, obviously with the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, big time.
What are you going to do there? Frazier said at his press conference that Favre is his guy, but how long do you stick with him, especially when you know he's not the future of this team?
Leslie Frazier, you almost had a feeling that it had to happen simply because of what happened with Mike Tomlin. This guy needs a chance, and you don't want to let another one get away.
Oh, yeah, and you look at the coaching tree, okay? Right. Bill Walsh had his coaching tree with San Francisco. Now, clearly, Tony Dungy has his coaching tree when you look at Tomlin, you look at Caldwell, and you now Leslie Frazier getting his chance here in Minnesota. It'll be interesting to see how he does.
How do you think the players react? Do you think that they step up and play better for him?
I do, Rod. I clearly think Brad Childress had lost that locker room. Right. And Childress is a guy that the players like a lot. If you see Favre on the sidelines, he's an offensive player. Leslie's a defensive coordinator. These guys are talking all the time. They clearly have a relationship, and I think the fact that he was a player, he gets a lot of credibility for that, too, in this locker room.
Before I let you go, though, I got to ask you, 78 days away from spring training.
That's soon already.
It's coming up quickly, especially with Christmas looking at us, Thanksgiving in our rearview mirror. Any big moves for the Twins during this offseason?
Boy, I don't see any right now. We'll wait and see if they spend the money with Pavano or, what they're going to do with that. I think this is a Twins team that thinks they probably have a good nucleus, and as they've showed in the last couple of seasons, they're not afraid to spend money as the season goes along.
Okay, we'll get you back as spring training nears, and thank you for being with us. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you.
Time now for Who's Hot and Who's Cold, brought to us by Liberty Comfort Systems. And who's hot? It's got to be Ziggy. The Vikings team in its 50th anniversary season, Ziggy makes the gutsiest move that fans have been screaming for. Give that man his stadium. He's brought players, excitement, energy to the Vikings. He's lived up to his end of the bargain, and he cut the coach when he had to. He's hot. Who's cold? Well, it's too easy to dogpile on Chile, so we're going to give the team the nod by not showing up what has been a week ago against the Packers. You don't like to lose in your house like this, so enough said. Vikings lost. They are cold this week, and their coach gets canned. It's Who's Hot, Who's Cold, brought to us by Liberty Comfort Systems. And when you need to move around the metro, call on CityView White Knight Limousine. Town cars, limousines, SUVs. CityView is safe, reliable. They'll handle your needs. Get them on the web at cityviewlimo.com.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that.
The future of home comfort is here now at Liberty Comfort Systems.
Get the latest in innovation and technology at Liberty Comfort Systems.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Rochester, Lapidary Jewelers. If you wanna look good, great style and value, jewelry, gems and stones. We got everything you need at the Rochester Lapidary Jewelers. Great style and value, Rochester Lapidary Jewelers.
Wallingberg and Deebly believes in families. We understand and support families in all their many forms. And when legal problems arise in the family, Wallingberg and Deebly is there. Wallingberg and Deebly, the premier family law firm of Minnesota. When you need us, call 612-326-3453 or visit wbdlaw.com.
Welcome back. It's Game On, fed by Acapulco Restaurants. I'm Rod Simons. Delighted you're with us on this Sunday. And hope is the operative word in this post-Thanksgiving weekend. Hope for the Minnesota Vikings with this coaching change that they actually get things turned around. And there's actually some hope going on at Target Center. Minnesota Timberwolves are enthused because of one of the key additions that they made during this offseason. It was a #1 draft pick out of Syracuse, Wesley Johnson, and I just caught up with him the other day.
It feels great. I mean, it feels real good. Everybody's out there competing for one. I think everybody's out there having fun. You see a lot of smiles out there on the court now. And you know that it's going to be a long season for us, but we're out there having fun every night.
Talk about your game in particular, because you shoot it from long distance, and then you turn around and you're high-flying through the air with a sweet slam. You're pretty well-rounded.
Yeah, I think so. When I was growing up, I just tried to do everything. So I really try to go out there and be like a Swiss Army knife, as my agent would say. Be a Swiss Army knife for the team, so I'm definitely trying to do that.
I watched you guys come off the court. One of the things that you were doing was really high-fiving with the fans. You can sense now that there is some hope in their eyes, which you guys feed off of.
It is, definitely. We get trying to bring that whole atmosphere back in here. I used to watch the days when KG and them were here, had the place rock, and I think that's what everybody's trying to get this place back to. It's a special place, so we're trying to make it. We're trying to fill the seats up.
It's a long season. Coach Rambis keeps telling us that he's talking to you guys about patience and pacing yourself and the camaraderie. You're laughing about it. Does it get old hearing him talk to you about it?
No, not at all. He's always says that to me a lot. It's a long season. You're learning. It's going to come. Be patient. Don't worry about it. I want to go out there and contribute more than I am. But he said, I'm doing good. Be patient. You're a rookie. It's going to come. And I like hearing it, but it's very frustrating. But it's fun. I'm definitely having fun with it.
Great to see Wesley Johnson. And don't forget, you can keep up with the Timberwolves and the NBA each Thursday with my weekly blog at simonsays@timberwolves.com. The site is great. A variety of inside information on the Wolves right at your fingertips. It's interactive, so you can kick back some thoughts to me as well. Write me at rod@gameontv.com. And don't forget, every Thursday, it's Simon Says, only at timberwolves.com. Time now for the MIAC Minute. Turning to Coach Andy Clark of Carleton College. Coach, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you here in the middle of a season, too, because you guys started, about a month ago and continue through March?
We started in October, and our season officially ends in March at the National Championships, and this year that's in Tennessee. So we're just underway, first third of the season.
Carleton College puts on a national event called the Hour of Power. It's pretty powerful stuff. Tell us about it.
Definitely. It's an event that we started back in 2006. A student of ours at Carleton, a swimmer on the team, died of a form of cancer called sarcoma. And it's a very rare form of cancer. It's fairly uncommon, but it has a high terminal rate. And the students on the team really wanted to forge together to make something that would remember his spirit, who he was as a person, and they came up with the Hour of Power. And the Hour of Power is an event that has grown immensely over the last 4 years. This year it's 5th year. It started with 15 teams, and now there are over 140 teams that participate in this event nationwide and around the world. Over 6,500 student athletes were involved in the Hour of Power this year. It's a 1-hour relay, all out swimming for an hour, filling every lane and every pool, all at the same time across the country in different time zones. And to raise awareness for sarcoma, and certainly to raise funds to find treatments and cures for the disease as well.
I can imagine it's a pretty emotional day.
You know, it's huge. It's one of those massive moments in your life that you don't expect it when you think about it, but when you're in the middle of it, watching the students go back and forth in the pool, working hard, and really working hard for those who can't. And that's what it's all about. It's fighting the battle for those who have either lost it or those who are still trying to fight it. And it means a lot. It means a lot to everyone. And who hasn't been really touched by cancer at some level? In fact, most of us have.
Yep.
And it's an unfortunate situation, but this is one way to fight back.
If someone wants to learn more about the Hour of Power or Carleton Swimming, how do they do that?
Just go to our webpage, carleton.edu. Go to the swimming and diving page, and you can find Hour of Power information there. You can sign up your teams. We've had club teams, high school teams, college teams, and masters teams. People who are overseas swimming on their own do the Hour of Power to really create a difference in this world.
Also at GameOnTVMN.com, we'll have the link there for Carleton Swimming. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Rod.
Look forward to having you back in an update when season
Absolutely.
Close.
All right.
Thank you very much. The MIAC Minute brought to us by Wallingberg Deebly. Game On continues after this timeout.
What's your 99?
Introducing Wendy's new 99-cent everyday value menu.
My 99. My 99.
How about a beefy double stack? Or maybe a crispy chicken sandwich? Now there are 7 tasty choices for 99 cents.
99.
My 99. How much?
99.
Real choices, real value, every day.
You know it's real.
Acapulco Restaurant is Minnesota's choice for authentic Mexican food. At Acapulco, our chefs prepare your meal from an original family recipe crafted by the Leon parents in native Jalisco. You'll find your dining experience not only delicious, but memorable. Join our Acapulco online VIP club, and we'll give you exclusive savings and specials. It's delicious Mexican food and more. From our family to yours, join us at one of our 7 metro locations, serving lunch, dinner, kids to carry out, and catering too. Acapulco Restaurants. We deliver real Mexican food. Welcome back. It's Game On, fed by Acapulco Restaurant. Busy night at Acapulco. Great to have you with us. Rod Simons along with Jim Bruton. He's the author of this new book, A Passion to Win, about Lou Nanne. Jim, thank you for being with us again.
Rod, it's a pleasure always to be with you.
Good to have you here. Now, when we talk about Lou, there's been books out before, but not about him.
You know, Rod, never about Lou Nanne and his own personal life and his personal tragedies in life and a variety of other kinds of things. And he did a book on the North Stars about 2.5 years ago that was just a tremendous book, very outstanding. And I read it and I thought, well, there's not a lot in here about Louis. And so I went and talked to him and I said, we got to do a book about you. And he said, who would buy it? And I said, Louis, people will buy this book. And so we just had a great time for about the last year putting it together, and it just came out and it's doing really well. So.
It is at that. Sweet Lou from the Sioux, and you know, we actually had a second to catch up with him. I asked him about hockey and what a great gig it is.
The best job in life is playing hockey, and I can't play anymore. So if I can't play, at least I can watch it, enjoy it, and be involved in it in my way without having all the stresses that I had before. And that's what I talk about in the book, some of the real stresses of being in the game and how they affected me. And this way I'm at arm's length, but still close enough to be very involved and enjoy it.
One thing you can tell watching Louis is he is passionate about the sport. Wouldn't it be safe to say that he is more and more popular now than ever? Maybe the most popular hockey figure in our area.
Well, I think that's true, Rod. I mean, first of all, you've got somebody who was a player, coach, general manager, and president of an iconic organization in the Twin Cities, the Minnesota North Stars.
Right.
Then, unbelievably, he has done the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament for 46 years, since he was 23 years old. He's done that, and he's on local radio every single week. People from I have a contact out in Syracuse that calls Louis regularly about hockey. I mean, he knows more about hockey than just about anybody. And, you know, when we talk about our friends, I mean, his friends are like Wayne Gretzky and Bobby Hull and Bobby Orr. And, I mean, it's amazing. They all know him. They all love him. And to do book signings with the guy is unbelievable because he loves kids. He takes pictures with the kids. And he signs anything.
He's as nice as they come.
He is as nice a person as they come, and that's why it was such a pleasure to work with him. Just a wonderful person.
Well, you have a book out on Fran Tarkenton as well. This adds to your very nice resume. Our link to Jim Bruton's website is on GameOnTVMN.com. Go and buy the book. It's great stuff. Jim, as always.
Rod, thank you very much.
Thank you for happy holidays to you. And here's what's up on the Wheels of Thunder. Week ahead, the Vikings host Buffalo. That's going to be the first home game for new interim head coach Leslie Frazier. The Wolves welcome the Cavs without LeBron James on December 4th. The Wild have two big ones, Phoenix on the 1st, Calgary on the 3rd. The Swarm start their season January 8th against Rochester at the X. And spring training, everybody, is just 78 days away. That's your Wheels of Thunder week ahead. And before we go, just a final thought from Kenny, playing for Coach Frazier. What's that going to be like?
You know, I've experienced Frazier firsthand being on the defensive side of the ball, and he's kind of like, he's almost like a strict father figure that you don't want to disappoint. So
no swearing.
No swearing, no none of that, but he'll let you know when you make a mistake just by a certain look he gives you, and it's just like a feeling like, man, you just don't want to disappoint him. You don't want to get in trouble with him.
So you will play better on Sunday?
Yeah, we will play better on Sunday. A lot of respect for that guy.
Awesome. Kenny, thanks for being with us. Great to have you in the house. Don't forget, that's it for us. Check us out, www.GameOnTVMN for updates and all the information. We're on Facebook, too. Thank you for letting us be a part of your Sunday. Fox NFL Sunday is next. Have a great day.